I'm the new janitor. Today's my first day.
The fuck? Then Janet, and clean that fucking sun.
Is that a poetic statement of some kind?
Folks, do you ever get that unmistakable feeling that you're just gonna die tomorrow? Me neither. Nonetheless, today's movie is from 2020. It's a comedy drama film called She Dies Tomorrow, and it's directed by Amy Seimetz and stars Kate Lynn Sheil. I recognize Sheil because she had a small bit part in a movie called The Comedy, which I reviewed on this channel years ago, which I did not like and which was not funny. I started getting a lot of ads for this movie, especially on Instagram, and I ended up finding the movie that I reviewed recently on this channel, A Good Woman is Hard to Find, that way, and I ended up liking that movie. So you see, sometimes companies collecting all our data is such a good thing. There's pretty neat visuals going on in the trailer. The studio Neon was backing this, plus the downtrodden subject matter all sort of intrigued me, so I thought, sure, I'll take a chance on this movie. Plus, if you're a YouTube reviewer like me, at some point you've thought, I'm probably gonna die tomorrow. Plus, I love any sort of movie poster or album cover with a distorted face going on. The plot of the movie is very simple. The main character suddenly has this feeling that she's going to die tomorrow. She reckons with this. She starts to plant the idea in everyone else's head around her, and then they start to get obsessed with the same idea. The only seemingly famous actor in this movie is Michelle Rodriguez of the critical darling Fast and Furious film series, and she only really pops up at the end. Other than that, it's mostly your average collection of sort of mumblecore alumni. It takes a good 10 or 15 minutes to get going, and I feel like it never really finds a consistent tone. Sometimes it's this very serious, creepy movie, and then sometimes it wavers into comedic moments which kind of stand out in a unsavory way. A handful of the comedic moments work, but most of the time they just kind of undercut the tension, and I really wish the movie went deeper and more freaky, and in that way it would have been a little bit more memorable. There's some very jolty edits towards the beginning of the movie which feel out of place with the much more slow-burning, creepy editing and pace of the rest of the movie. To me, all the best scenes actually discuss the subject of death and the inevitability of it and grief. I also get a real sense of suffocation in the environments that the characters inhabit, both with the sort of drab interior design of where they live and also these extreme close-ups which also feel very claustrophobic. There were definitely a few moments that made me chuckle, such as early on when the main character has decided she's going to die and she wants to go out sort of with a bang and have somebody find her in a certain way, or just leave this planet while listening to Mozart's Requiem in D minor, and she keeps playing it over and over again on the vinyl player. That was fun. Some of the moody music is neat. We get a lot of stuff from this new emerging soundtrack duo called Mondo Boys, and there's also some incidental music from indie songstresses such as Angel Olsen and Kate LeBone. Ultimately, the movie ends unresolved, and I get more of a feeling that this is less like an intentional, that's life, kid, it just ends and you die, and it's more like, you really should have cooked that meat a little bit longer there, buddy. I feel like there were a lot of ideas that were underexplored or just not really explored at all. It really started to lose me in the third act when the movie really could have just ended at any time. On the one hand, there's some moments in the movie that feel too expositionary. You're always covering for that sister of yours. I've had it about up to here with that. And then there's other plot points that don't really connect with each other very well. On the positive side, I would say that this movie, you know, it's a slow burn, it's not overly gory, and it's very heady, so I like all those elements of it, but I would say a movie such as It Follows kind of did this similar concept better, in that it's about a movie with this main character who keeps passing on their own fear and inner demons to other characters. I like that concept. At the same time, I would not reserve myself to the camp of people in the YouTube comments on the trailer for this movie going, what even can somebody tell me what I'm just watched movie? LOL. Yeah, this one really kind of dragged even at 85 minutes. Can't give it a recommendation, or at least not a even solid one, but if you want some kind of neat visuals that pop up and have a movie on in the background that you don't necessarily even need to pay much attention to, maybe give it a try if you're curious. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to go back to pretending like I live here.